Thank you.
welcome
Thanks
to
a lot.
our studio. I'm glad
Thank
you.
you.
made it in time. I was scared that I can't meet you anymore.
It's getting late, huh?
Yeah, it was a little late. I was a little scared, but you're here, everything fine. Hey, ich habe mir ein bisschen Sorgen gemacht, dass Nico und Vinz nicht mehr rechtzeitig zu uns werden schaffen, aber sie haben es noch geschafft und wir sind natürlich sehr, sehr dankbar, sie sind da. You just performed the song everyone knows nowadays, everywhere in Europe. How does it feel to be like up in the charts everywhere?
I mean, it's cool. It's one of our dreams, you know? When we made the song, it was definitely one of our dreams. And now to see it actually happening, it shows us that we've done something right.
Also natürlich sind sie überall in den Charts und natürlich freut sie, dass sie das auch so weit geschafft haben. I mean, you've been very optimistic in your songs on your first debut album. You can even remember the name of the album sometimes, right? Because it's so hard to remember.
That's tough. It's a tough one.
But I want to say, like, you were so optimistic about reaching the top, and now you're really on the way.
Yeah, I think the funny thing is, like, especially back in Norway, I think at that time, people were like, yeah, okay, cool, you got big dreams. That's cool. But I think now people are really like, okay, these guys they're serious. Like, they're really doing what they said they were going to do. So I think it's a cool progress. You know, I think people see the evolution of us as well. Like, they see us growing and hopefully keep growing.
How did you dare to dream? Wie hat dich überhaupt getraut, so eine grosse Traum zu haben? You said that you've been in Norway. It's not the biggest music industry over there, but you still dare to dream.
Yeah, it's really hard to explain where that comes from and why we are like that. I can't really tell you why, but I know that I believe that you have to believe in yourself, you know? I believe in yourself, you know? And yeah, you have to be confident. You have to be confident. No matter where you are, you can achieve whatever you want as long as you work hard enough and you believe in yourself. Those are the two main ingredients. And I think we have both of those. And we see now that it works because now we're here and we're slowly getting towards where we want to be.
At that, I would say, like, we got an African background. So Nico's his father is from Ivory Coast. My parents from Ghana, and they're immigrants. They came to Norway back in like '85 or so. You know, so we've seen their struggle from getting from where they was born and over to Norway, working, sacrificing for us to get that opportunity. So we feel like it's only right that we make the most of what we've gotten from them.
Yeah.
So that's why I think that mentality comes from them as well. Seeing them do what they do.
Okay, also die zwei sind dem erklären, dass man wirklich jeden Traum kann erreichen und alles kann schaffen, wenn man hart arbeitet und an sich glaubt. Und ihre Eltern, die ursprünglich aus Ghana und der Elfenbeinküste sind das beste Vorbild gewesen, die ihnen das auch vorgelebt haben, dass sie sich wirklich aufgegackert haben in Norwegen. I'm from an immigrant family too, so I know where you come from, and I wonder, like, my parents were shocked when I said, "Hey, I want to work for TV." They're like, "You're crazy?
Yeah.
You have to work hard and do something serious." How was it at your place?
I know for me, my father, he is actually an African musician. So he came to Norway through music.
Okay.
So for him, it was like, yeah, my son want to be a musician.
Yeah.
Cool, just like me. My mother, they've always been supportive, both of them. But I think she was starting to ask questions because music, at some point, you have to sacrifice. And it takes time, right? So for a moment there's no money coming in. You're getting older and money's not coming in, and you know, and when parents see that, they're like, "So, aren't you thinking of a plan B? Maybe going studying, making some secure money for yourself?" But I've always been like really confident that this would work, and we knew that we couldn't have a plan B because it would distract from plan A, you know.
Okay.
So we've always been sure that plan A is the thing,
Going all in.
All the way in. Yeah, that's the only way to make it.
Yeah.
And it worked out,
It did.
obviously.
It did. So after a while, obviously they were like, okay, so it's working. We see that they're going somewhere, and now we trust them, you know.
Also ihre Eltern sind am Anfang ein bisschen kritisch und denken, ja, vielleicht willst du noch Plan B haben, aber sie gefunden, das lenkt nur vom Plan A ab und ich finde, sie haben alles richtig gemacht und ich kann jetzt Musik machen und auch offensichtlich davon leben. Talking about you growing up in Norway as immigrants, how was that for you growing up in two different cultures? Like, you know, you had African background, but in a Western country.
Well, the thing is, like, we see it as a big, like, a huge advantage, you know, because we got both type of cultures. You know, we got that Norwegian, like, we could be with the most Norwegians of Norwegians, and, you know, doing what they do and just skiing and do whatever, and, you know, just blending in with those that crowd, and we could also be like a African party, or we could be back in Ghana or Ivory Coast, be with our family and just blend in with them as well. Like we got both cultures, and we're seeing both things, so we can take the best out of both cultures and use them into our like identity as well. So I think that's a huge advantage for those who got that.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know what they say about traveling, right? So if you want to expand your mind and know different cultures and be, I won't say smarter, but more open, they say you got to travel, you got to see the world. But imagine just having two cultures in your house, like you're born into that. That is a blessing.
You have already an open mind.
You know what I'm saying? It's already open, and so you're born into that.
Okay.
So I think that's it's an advantage. It's an advantage.
Also sie sehen es natürlich als Vorteil, in Norwegen aufgewachsen zu sein, aber afrikanische Backgrounds haben und sagen, hey, sie haben das Beste von beider Welt und sind natürlich überall willkommen. Und das ist natürlich ein grosser Vorteil, wenn man in so zwei Kulturen aufwächst. But I've seen recently a post, I think, on your wall, where an artist was attacked from a racist background for no reason, if that's correct. So I wonder, like, did you ever experience something like this, or why did you have the urge to share that video on your wall?
I can't remember this video, but
okay.
Yeah, I mean, like when it comes to racism and stuff, yes, I have experienced racism many times in Norway. Obviously, I mean, in every country there is racism, of course, but I think when you have a strong foundation in your life, like I grew up in, and we both grew up in communities where there were a lot of immigrants, a lot of Norwegians also. So when you meet someone who's a racist, you know that person is not thinking clear, or it's just stupid, you know?
Okay.
So because I have a lot of Norwegian friends, and we have many Norwegian, I am half Norwegian. I have a family that's Norwegian. So whenever you experience racist things, if you have a good foundation in your life where you're secure and you're confident about who you are and your ethnicity, they can't touch you. You know what I'm saying? They can't touch you. I think most of the people that has it the most hard in Norway are the immigrants who live in areas where there are most or predominantly just the Norwegian people, you know? Because they don't have anybody to come home to if they experience stuff like that. So I think that in those places it's a problem, but in Oslo and stuff it's great.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
So you're saying your base is A, your family, and B, the community, which was very strong and supportive.
Yeah.
So.
I think, it's just about cultures, like like racism will go, well, racism is more like ignorance actually.
Yeah.
Like, so it's more like people not knowing and being afraid, and then letting that fright become anger, sort of, you know, throw somebody. And you'll see racism in Africa too. You will see racism in Asia. You will see racism everywhere. It's not just like a black-white thing. It's just, it could be black-white or white-black or
even black-black.
Yeah, black-black, exactly.
Yeah.
So so that's just people being ignorant and just this thing. So once you know like all these people, like different cultures, you recognize what's good and what's bad. You can see things. Once you don't know, that's when that's sort of what's scary though, with the racism thing, the ignorance part.
Ich habe sie gerade gefragt, wie es für sie war, weil sie in zwei Kulturen aufgewachsen sind, ob sie jemals mit Rassismus konfrontiert wurden. Ja, hat es gegeben, aber sie haben sehr gut mit dem umgehen, weil sie eine starke Familie hatten und auch sonst eine Community dort, wo sie sind aufgewachsen, die ihnen Halt gegeben hat. Und kommen mit dem Schlag und sagen einfach, Rassismus ist einfach Ignoranz und das gibt es halt überall auf der Welt. Yeah, that was very interesting. I wish we had more time, but I just hear from your manager as well that you have to catch your flight. Are you going back home?
We're going to Austria, actually.
Yeah. Austria. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wish you a good flight. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to more music from your side.
Thanks.
Danke vielmals.